Okay, the lighting might not be the best over here, but like my apartment is a literal disaster behind me. So if you get a view of some shelves over here a little bit, I think that's better and have it be a little bit darker because this place, I don't even want to hear it. I don't even want to hear it. I'm packing up still because I'm moving at the end of March. So I have like boxes everywhere. I've been over at my parents' dog sitting this entire week. And then I just got home yesterday, so I haven't unpacked any bags because then it was the Super Bowl and then I was over hanging out with friends. So like I haven't unpacked anything. It's just kind of messy, but you know, that's also why we're doing a book haul today because it is a little bit of an easier video for me to pull together and film. It requires literally zero planning whatsoever. It just requires me making a little bit of a mess on my floor here, pulling off all the books that I have accumulated over the past few months. So I don't know when the last one that I've done is. I think I maybe have, I'm about estimating 20 books here. So these are in no particular order as well. So I'm just going to go ahead and go through and show you all of the books that I've acquired over the past few months. Okay, I'm going to group these two together because they were both sent to me from Sam Reads Little for Christmas. So she sent me The Dare by Harley LaRue, which is the prequel novella to the Losers Duet. I absolutely love this and I couldn't believe that I hadn't owned it already. Honestly, I have the ebook because I had bought the ebook back when I first read it because it is banned. It's not available on Amazon. We can't get the paperback on there. So she sent me this one and I just absolutely love it. We already know we're going to talk more about that duet in a moment when we get to some of the other books that I have in the stack here. And then she also sent me Bison I Rise Part 2 by Cora Riley, which is the second book in the Sins of the Father series, which is the spin-off of the Camorra Chronicles and the Born in Blood Chronicles, following the second generation of these mafia families, which these first two books in the duet, I was a little like, I don't know about the second gen thing, but now I read book 3 and I was like absolutely obsessed. And I need to have the whole collection. So I'm very happy to have this one here. And also the interior formatting of these are beautiful. Like they're stunning. I love these covers. I love Cora Riley's books. So yeah, very happy to have this one in the mix here. And I almost have like my entire Cora Riley Mafia collection. I think I'm only missing one. I think I'm only missing By Virtue I Fall. I think that's the last one that I have to have because I now even have the and I don't have Luca's book and like the regular. I have a special edition of it. Anyways, okay, you know what? Let's do this big stack here because these are so fun. So this is the BookTube box from Dark and Quirky that I got to work with along with 4 other booktubers to bring you guys these 5 special editions of 5 of our favorite books. So I already had posted about these like on Instagram. I've talked about the process of doing this book box in some of my chat channel get readies with me's, but finally the books have arrived. I'm gonna save mine for last because that's just what I want to do. So first up we have Between Hello and Goodbye by Emma Scott. So this one was Sam's pick for the box, and this cover, I just love how the font looks on it. And if you look closely, it's like the beach at the bottom of the hourglass and the city at the top of this one. So if you've read this book, I just feel like truly they nailed the vibes of the book with this cover. Stunning on the back. They all have sprayed edges. They all have very they all have very pretty interior formatting, and then these really pretty page overlays, which I need to put that in like where the actual page is, but they're literally stunning. So that is Between Hello and Goodbye. And then we have Hawk by Jessie Hall. This one is Cheyenne's pick, and I love this book. And also now, especially after reading the book, I found like a whole new appreciation in the cover and everything on it. So we have that. It's like neon raised font on there. Like it's hard to tell on camera, but you can like feel it, and I love that. Sprayed edges as well. It's like a brick wall. Again, it's kind of hard to pick up on camera. We got sick interior formatting, stunning. Then we have The Devil of Dublin. This one was Jess from Peace Love Books pick. So I actually have 2 of these. Maybe I'll grab this one and show this one right after. This was the one that came in the box with the white font on it. Again, I think these sprayed edges might be my favorite. I think that's so pretty with the like mystical look. And then on the inside here, I think these interior formatting pages again are so sick. So this one is the one that came in the actual box. But then Dark and Quirky sent out an author gift for everyone who has like worked with them with their own books, which in case you didn't know, Take You Down is a part of their winter book box collection. That is, I don't know when that's supposed to ship. I think sometime soon. And actually, if you go to their website, you can see the cover. It has not been revealed on Instagram or anything, but you can go to the spoiler section on their website and see what the Take You Down special edition cover looks like. So I'm so excited. I still like can't believe it. And I'm in the box with freaking Lucia Franco. Still don't quite understand it. But anyways, so they sent out an author gift to everyone that they've worked with for like their books. And they sent out these like special, I guess, like unicorn editions of Devil of Dublin, because you can see it's this like rainbow iridescent font on it, where this one is all white. So this was actually a misprint. They did this with a couple of the books, and they had to reprint some of them, and the Devil in Dublin was included, but BB Easton, like, I guess didn't want these like destroyed or anything, so she was like, do what you want with them. So they got sent out, and I honestly think I like this. Even, like, it just looks so cool, and it kind of fits with like the mystical aspect. So they're basically the same exact book, except just the font on that one. So I do have this one as well, but that's obviously, like I said, not in the box. And then I have Real by Kennedy Ryan. This one was Tori from Novel Life's pick. This is beautiful. She chose purple because I think, it's the color for lupus, right? That our heroine has in this one. And again, just like the film reel on it is so cool. The sprayed edges on this one are really sick too. And then the interior formatting being like this whole old Hollywood kind of movie style camera. It's just so cool. These editions are just incredible. And then last but not least, mine that I did with QB, Always Been You. Y'all, I was so excited that QB said yes to doing this because she has a lot of special editions, but she doesn't have any of Always Been You. And y'all know this is my favorite QB book, so I was very excited, first of all, that no one had snatched it up before we got the chance to, but second, then that she trusted us with doing this cover. And y'all know I just like discreet covers are not my thing. And this book is super hot and super sexy, so it deserved a super hot and super sexy cover. So we got Gabrielle on the front, we got like the city skyline background, then we got James sitting on his chair in the back, and there's like some clothes piled around in the background on it. The sprayed edges are like a starry night sky, and then on the inside it's just like a city skyline kind of. It's so cool. I still can't believe that like we got to do this. Next up, I have The Good Girl by Nikki Sloan. This guys is a potential contender for a top read for me of this year. This was the very first book that I read this year, and I still can't stop thinking about it. I got sent this one from Mama Needs to Read Romance because she did this really cool like awards, like end of the year awards video that she asked me to be a part of, and then she sent me this book for being a part of it, which first of all, thank you, because again, I think that video is so cool. It's such a fun concept, bringing so many like different people together to share that. And so she sent me this book, and let me tell you, this is my favorite in the Nashville Neighbors series. Frat Boy was my favorite for a while. Before that, it was The Doctor, but The Good Girl has taken this place. It is a brother's best friend and very much like good girl, bad boy kind of vibe. She wants to be corrupted a little bit. He's like, I can't do that to my best friend's little sister, but like, he's like, if I don't do it, someone else is. And like, it's better if I do it, right? Just so good. I absolutely love it. And I'm very happy to have this one in my collection. Then from Cheyenne, she sent me Bound by Blood and Charming Like Us for Christmas. So Bound by Blood is an anthology of little short stories kind of following the Born in Blood couples from the Born in Blood Chronicles by Cora Riley. So here's the thing. I love all of these except for Gianna Matteo's story in here. That one, if anyone wants to chat about it, I won't say anything to like spoil anything, but if anyone wants to chat about that one in particular, but I love the rest of these stories in here, and just like, it's just so fun. I used to not really like, y'all know I'm not the biggest like epilogue person. I'm not the biggest like short story person, but there's something to be said about seeing couples just with like little moments, little like life moments after their books are done, when they're ones that you just absolutely love and are obsessed with, that just hit. And this just hits. I just love it. So yeah, very happy to have this one, like I said, with my Cora Riley collection. And then she also sent me Charming Like Us. So this is the 7th book in the Like Us series by Kristen Becker-Ritchie. Y'all know I'm slowly but surely making my way through. I've read the first 5, and I'm gonna try to finish this series this year. So this one is one of the bodyguards and like the movie producer or something. So it's not even a kid in the world, but it's like characters that we've already met. So I don't know. I've heard so many people love this one. So even though like I'm not necessarily the most excited for this one out of the whole series, I obviously still will read it, and I still had to have it because I absolutely love this series and love Kristen Becker-Ritchie. So very excited to have that one. Then I bought a special edition because I have a problem, and also because I finally found this for a decent price, and that is Unconditional by QB Tyler. This is the Eternal Embers Logan's Library edition. So there are a few authors that I will just try to collect every single special edition that I possibly can of theirs, and that being Penelope Douglas, QB Tyler, Lucia Franco. Right. Those are kind of like my three. I mean, I collect a lot of special editions, but especially if there's a QB special edition, I want it. I think I now have every single one of her special editions except for the Forget Me Not one, which is like almost impossible to find. It's a Hello Lovely one from like years ago, and I don't really even remember like when that came out. But I just needed it. I needed it. I didn't get the box when it first came out because I was like, I'll just wait and get it. So I've had to wait. I've been watching it, and I finally found it. So I have that. And then QB sent me The Season of Secrets, her newest release. She surprised me with this. I was very happy to see it come through, and also with it being signed. I just love QB's books so much, and I love Wes and Reagan, and this was so, so, so good. The Worst Kept Secret, Wes really gave Theo a run for his money. This one is a boss, employee, billionaire romance, and it's quick, it's to the point, it's hot. Wes he just knows. And this was so great, and I just love it. And also this cover, I love this cover. I think it's so cute. Oh, I missed this one earlier, back when I was talking about ones that Sam sent me for Christmas. She also sent me Own Me by K.A. Tucker, which is the 5th book in the Wolf Hotel series. I would take a million more books of Henry and Abby. I absolutely loved this one. I thought it was really good. I just love Henry. I will never get enough of that man. And also just these covers, I think these covers, they just feel very like old school kind of romance book to me, and I just really adore them. And yeah, very excited to have this one in my collection as well. Already have read it and loved it. Then, so this one, Avery from Ava Romance Reads. So she sent me this one. Was it for my birthday? I think she originally sent it, but she accidentally shipped it to herself. So then it showed up to her house. So then she had to like pop it back in the mail and then mail it to me. So I think this one was for my birthday, but I don't have a note anymore for it. But anyways, this is the second book in the Wanting Mr. Kane series, right? Or just the Kane series. I love this series so much. It's Dad's Best Friend. I've talked about it a lot. I feel like actually I haven't talked about it in recent videos over the past few months. I feel like I haven't had a video to talk about it in. Maybe I need to do that. I'm planning on doing an age gap video on Friday. Ooh, I don't know. Have I talked about this one in an age gap video yet? If not, I'm going to be talking about this series again because it's so good. And this one completed my collection then for that. So very happy to have it. And also, once again, I think these covers are very beautiful, and I love the blue on that one. Then I got The Graham Effect by Elle Kennedy. If I remember right, this was literally on Amazon for like $8 one day. It was like a Prime Day deal or something. I was like sold because I read this on Kindle and absolutely loved it. I was not surprised that I read it and loved it because I absolutely love the Off Campus and Briar U series from Elle Kennedy. However, I am kind of like trepidatious over second gen series. So I definitely went into it being like a little like, I'm not going to try to have too high of expectations because this is Garrett and Hannah's daughter, and it's a college friends with benefits. They're both they're both hockey players, so it's a sports romance. I just absolutely loved this book. I ate it up, and yeah, then I knew I needed to have the big one. Also, it's so thick. Like literally the off-campus series are like thin book. Like they are not long. I think they're all maybe around like 330 pages. This one, Elle Kennedy really said, I got a lot to say with these two. And I also bought The Right Move by Liz Tom Ford. So this one is the UK edition. You can see that it's like kind of reflective a little bit because here's the thing. Back when Liz Tom Ford announced that these were going to be traditionally published, like that these covers were going away, I thought about buying this book. I really did because so many of my friends love and adore it. And I was like, maybe I need to buy it. Maybe I need to get it in advance before it goes away because I don't like the people covers and I don't like the cartoon covers that are getting traditionally published or are traditionally published. Y'all know, it's just the cartoon covers are not for me. But I didn't buy it because I was like, you haven't read it. What if you don't like it? And I'm pretty strict with myself with buying books. So I'm like, no, I don't know about that. And then my friend and I read this for our book club together. And then I was like, I need this book on my shelves now. And of course I couldn't find it anywhere. So then I messaged Caitlin from the Love Librarian, who was like the knower of all things Liz Tom Ford. So I was like, Caitlin, listen, where can I get this cover? And I think is it Blackstone's UK or wherever, I don't know. It's the one like Waterstone or whatever. I don't know. It's the UK version. And I was like, I need it. So I ordered it from there. And actually it was like not expensive at all. Like shipping was included. I was expecting to have to maybe drop some money on this to get it shipped from the UK, but it was actually so cheap. So anyways, very happy to have this. I had to have it on my shelves. Ryan Shea just like deserves to be there. Then I went to Barnes & Noble with one of my friends the other night, and I like rarely ever go in my Barnes & Noble because I read pretty much all indie books, and my Barnes & Noble in the past has been very lacking in their romance section. So I just like don't go in there very frequently unless I'm buying like fantasy books or just if I'm just in the area. But when we went in there, I walked out with 3 books because I ended up getting King of Greed by Anna Huang, the 3rd book in the Kings of Sin series. So this one, so I was hoping that she was going to still have the like indie published ones without the little Bloom logo on it, but she's not doing that anymore because I have Wrath and Pride and like the indie versions. That's like not available anymore. So I was like, screw it, then I will just buy it in store. I still have not read it. I am behind on this series, but I do not care. I love Anna Huang and I will literally buy any book that she publishes. So of course I had to buy it, and I will get caught up. I will get caught up soon. I just haven't yet. Then I found these 2. I know. Did I not just say how much I hate cartoon covers? I did. And y'all can roast me for it, but I did have to buy these because they have sprayed edges. Since when does Barnes & Noble have sprayed edges? And they're like my favorites. I love this series so much. So I did end up buying The Deal and the Score, which are books 1 and 3 in the Off-Campus series because they had these sprayed edges and I couldn't say no to them. So I did end up getting these. They did not have the mistake or the goal in the sprayed edges. And then, so I posted on my Instagram, I was like, since when did they start doing this? And then one of you guys DM'd me and was like, they did the sprayed edges on the first run of this. And I was like, okay, so then I need to be on the hunt for these. Okay, that's what I'm doing. So then I let one of my friends know who works near Barnes & Noble in a city like an hour and a half away from me. And I was like, hey, listen, if you're ever in Barnes & Noble and if you see these with sprayed edges, please let me know because I like buy them and I'll pay you back. And she called me last week and she found books 2, 4, and she ended up finding The Legacy, which is the little novella series, which I don't really like love. But she found that one in the sprayed edges too, and I was like, fuck it, yeah, I get them all. So I also have those ones coming, but I can't turn away a sprayed. I have issues, guys. We've already established this. And especially for my favorite series, I feel like I need all the versions. It's a problem. I know it is, but it's also my problem. So speaking of needing multiple editions of the same book, listen, I could be spending my money on a lot worse of things, okay? If me spending my money on books is like my gripe in life, I feel like I'm doing okay. I got this. Novel Grounds did this special edition of Balance, which I just needed. As you can see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 copies of Balance already, just this original book. And this is number 6. And you know what? I'll buy more. She's coming out with the discreet covers. I'm going to buy them. She gets any more special editions of them, I'm going to acquire them. And any versions of this book, I'm just going to get. It's just a fact at this point. And I was very excited when Novel Grounds did this. And again, the illustrated covers normally is not my thing, but this I actually love. And when it came in person, this is all raised. All of this, like, this is all raised. The logo behind them is like raised on the cover. The spine is super cool. This back part here, it's like shiny and raised, and like some of the text is. I'm just like so impressed. I've never gotten a book from Novel Grounds before, but of course when this was announced, I'm like, I gotta get it. And I'm just so impressed with this cover. I think it's so pretty. And also the interior format, and it comes with this little like page overlay of the art that's signed. It's just stunning. Welcome to the family. Happy to have you. And yeah, there are never enough versions of that book for me to own. Then next up, I have Reckless by Elsie Silver, which I'm happy to have this cover. I still wish I had the people cover of this one, but I had to settle for this one. At least I didn't have to get like the traditional Bloom one because I don't really like that one. And I do actually think this one's really cute with the little boots. Actually, that's kind of cute. It's so yeehaw. This is like the most yeehaw book I have on my shelves, but it's so cute. So I had to get this one because, again, same book club that I had with my friend when we read The Right Move. Then we both read Reckless and we were like, I need that too. So I ended up getting this one. Absolutely love this one. And yeah, it does kind of bother me though because I have Flawless and Heartless in the people covers. And then I have this one in the discreet, but it is what it is. I don't care like enough to spend tons of money to get the person cover. Then for my birthday, Tori from Novel Life had sent me Break For You by KB Rowe. So if you guys have not heard about this series, so it is a coach athlete romance, and it's a volleyball coach and his athlete. And it's a big age gap. It's taboo and I love it. And this ended, I thought this was a standalone when I was reading it because I read this shortly after it came out. And now I think the series is finally finished, so I do want to finish it. But this ended in a massive cliffhanger that I did not know that it was ending in. So then I was like, ah. So then when the second book came out, I almost picked that one up because then I thought it was a duet and it was not. So then I'm like, screw it, I'm waiting until they're all out, which I think now they both are. So I will finish this series up at some point. I went through quite a journey reading this book, but it's one that has just stuck with me, and that just like proves to me like my level of enjoyment with it. If it's sticking with me that long after I've read it, it's made its impact on me, and I need it, and I love this cover. And then once again, we have multiple editions of my favorite books. Got more of the white covers for the Devil's Night series because Penelope Douglas traditionally published these. So they took off all of the white covers, like the white indie covers off of Amazon. So I got Kill Switch. So I already had Corrupt and Hideaway. I've been like slowly collecting them. So I got Kill Switch, which is book 3, and then Conclave, which is the little novella, and then Nightfall. I don't know what the deal is with this. Nikki's book also looks like this, and I've seen some other people's spines that all do, but then I've seen some that don't look like this, but it's just very like dark and like tan almost. I don't know if you can tell. It's like gray tan where these are like white. And I don't know what the deal is with that, but I've seen enough people with this that I'm like, okay, I don't think it's like just mine. And like, I didn't care enough to send it back, but it's just like weird. It's weird that it's that color, but anyway, so I have that. And then Fire Night, which is the little novella to go with that. So I had to buy those. I mean, did I have to? No, but I did. Christmas, Zay sent me Where There's a Will and If There's a Way by Jessie Walker, which, as you guys know, if you watched my top 10 video of 2023, Where There's Will was on there. This was also one of the last books that I read of the year, and it ended up making it on that list because it's truly, it hit something. It hit something for me. I still think about these two all the time, and I actually haven't finished the second book because here's the thing. It's brutal. It's heavy. It's dark. Check your triggers if you're going to read this. It's very, very heavy. And I just have not been in the like headspace to read something that heavy. But as soon as I am and kind of like needing that, I will be picking up the second book. But it's an childhood friends to enemies to lovers, very angsty, very emotional, very toxic. Oh, I just love it, and I'm so happy to have these two on my shelves. Also, I think these covers are beautiful. I love how like the spines and just like how simple they are. I love them. Then Nikki for Christmas sent me Knock Knock by Nordica Night, which is the third book in the From Nothing series. So again, y'all know about Garen Park. That was my top read of last year. Absolutely obsessed with the first two books. And then this third one is the Brothers romance from it. So here's the thing. I loved this. Devin and Maddox still reign supreme because this one is friends to lovers. It's cute. It's more wholesome. They definitely, they're lighter hearted with each other. Where Devin and Maddox, they're like beating each other up as foreplay. And like that, they're so just like magnetic. Where these two, it's just more like wholesome. They just like to do nice things for each other. They just want to live a good life together, and it's very sweet. So I still really loved this book a lot, but Garen Park is my personal favorite out of them. But I really enjoyed this series a lot, and I'm sad that it's done, but I'm interested to read more from Nordica Night because of how much I loved these. Then Monica sent me Losers Part 2 for Christmas, which, again, a top read of my year. I don't know what number this was. It was in my top 10. I can't remember quite where, but I still think about this book on like a weekly basis since I read it. I can't get over the found family. This is truly like the best found family I've ever read in a romance book ever. Period. No questions asked. Like the 5 of these characters, especially the 4 guys in particular, just how much they all love each other. It is a polyamorous romance, and I feel like a lot of the times some relationships feel more fleshed out, or some of them feel like they're given more time and attention. And just because there's a lot of people, there's a lot of people going on in here, and to kind of have all of the relationships feel equally developed is tricky. But Harley LaRue did it. I felt every single person's bond with every single person, and like as a group, as individuals, as pairs, it's just everything about this book worked. So yeah, have this in the original cover, but then this was me being stupid. It really was. this was me trying to be like, Michaela, you don't need to buy every single special edition that comes out of books that you've read. You don't need to do that. So back in October, Dark and Disturbed did a Harley LaRue box, and it was of The Losers Duet, which at the time I had not read part 2. I had still only read part 1. So I was like, you haven't even finished the duet. So I was like, no, you don't get to buy that. You don't get to buy that. I was also away for a work conference like when it went live. So I honestly don't even think I would have been able to get online to pre-order it. But I was like, no, you don't get to buy it. You haven't finished the series. No. It was maybe not even like 2 weeks later that I read part 2, and I was like, this is literally now a new favorite book of mine, and I didn't buy these special editions. So then as soon as they shipped, then I was like, I'm on the hunt, and I was able to get these. So I actually had someone DM me. So I posted on Instagram about like missing out on them, and I was like, if anyone got them and wants to resell them for not an insane amount of money, let me know. And I had someone reach out who charged me like what they cost and then shipping. So I was like, thank you, because I know you could really be ripping me off right now. And I got them. So they're so pretty. So the Dare, they have like this, it's like a little raised off it, but it's also like shiny, the words are. Also, these covers are sickening, which I am kind of biased. These are done by Haya from Haya and Designs, who did Take You Down's cover, and she's working on Take My Hand's cover right now. So I'm kind of biased because obviously I just think she does an incredible job on her covers, but these are just truly, they're so pretty. They're so cool. I was so stupid not to buy these originally. So this one's my personal favorite. I love the red. But yeah, they're just so pretty. So I had to have those. So anyways, that is all the books that I have acquired recently. So I also wanted to get a book haul done before I pack up all of my books, because like I said, I'm going to be moving at the end of March. And if there's one thing that I can kind of get done early on in packing, it's packing up my books. So these will probably be getting packed up, I'd say, over the next few weeks. Just so that's like one thing done. And also I don't know how many boxes I'm going to need for them. I have so many. But I did just unhaul some. One of my friends got a little free library. She set one up in front of her house. So I did already give her like a pretty decent stack of books. So actually I maybe should have done that back when I did that, done like a book unhaul, but is what it is at this point. So anyways, that is it for today's video. Like I said, I think I'm gonna have an age gap rec video up on Friday. I have not done one of those in a really long time, so I think that's going to go up Friday. And yeah, otherwise I don't know what else is on the books, but you'll see it when you see it. So that is it for today's video, and I will see you when I see you.